it's hard sometimes in our everyday life to envision adventure. So come along with me and let me share my tale to capture your imagination and hopefully inspire you to adventure. As with all trips, it starts with a dream that turns into a plan. I am not sponsored and have an active subscription to something I want to share about trip planning. It's called RV Trip Wizard, and I use this to make this process easy, and we'll use it to go over the route. But before I go over the route, let me talk about our setup a little, as this might be interesting to some. We are rolling in a 2019 Ford F-150 with a V8, level lifted on 35-inch BF Goodrich tires, pulling a 2021 Winnebago Micro Mini, which is a 20-foot travel trailer with a single slide. Our first stop was Cypress Lake Reserve Campground and RV Park. This park was very nice and was easy to pull into and out. We stayed one night, but did get to enjoy a walk around the Twin Lakes at the campground. They had a little general store and even an arcade for the kiddos. Our second stop was at Deer Creek Valley RV Park in Topeka, Kansas. It was about an 8-hour drive from our first stop. This RV park was very nice and had a tornado shelter at the main bathhouse. I was so glad we did not have to use it, but we did come close to having bad weather that night. This is a reality in crossing the plains during the weather season. This was a very level spot, and we did not even need to fully unhook from the truck. If you like to grill, I highly recommend the Weber RV Grill, and ensure you get to camp each day to cook a real meal. Our next stop was Trailing Edge Park, Limon, Colorado. Now with all travel you need to stay flexible, and these first 3 stops were more or less the stops to get us out west, and we wanted to drive the mountain pass in the daytime after being well rested. I am sure glad we did. Now this spot was nothing to brag about, mainly a dirt lot to park for the night, but we did have full hookups and it was clean. The stars were out that night along with the cold, crisp air. However, when I woke up that morning and did my daily tire check, I found an issue. A screw had found my tire. After a quick tire change, we were ready for the road ahead. Now on what we had all been waiting for. Heaton Bay/White River National Forest, Frisco, Colorado. This is high elevation camping, and we were all ready for some mountain views and a hike. By breaking up our drive, we had plenty of time in the day to explore, and we were so glad we did. We wish we could have stayed longer in Colorado, but Moab was calling our names, and our next stop was Sun Outdoors Arches Gateway, Moab. I have zoomed in on the map so you can see where we are going. Now, this part of the trip could make an entire video with all the pictures and places we went. From Arches National Park, Canyonlands, Dead Horse State Park, and back to Moab. If you want to see things, this is a place to spend several days. Petroglyphs and dinosaur tracks to boot. I will do my best to break this down for you. First up is Arches National Park. Don't forget they have a reservation system, so make sure to do that before you go. And it gets hot later in the day, so bring plenty of water. Part 2 of the video will cover Dead Horse State Park, driving the Schaefer Trail in Page, Arizona, and the renowned Antelope Canyon. If you have enjoyed this adventure, come back for the next part of an epic adventure.